Hi folks, Paul here. I have got this lawnmower battery full of 18650s that I'm trying to recharge, but it keeps telling me on this incredibly feeble display that there's a connection break. So I will open it up and see what is going on. Actually, before I open it up, I can just slap one of these on here. So the voltage is really low, and that means one of the cells is bad, that beeping. Okay, cell 5 is 0. So something very bad has happened to group 5. Let's have a look. This is a battery case for an Enviromower, and you can get them in New Zealand, Australia, England, and I think there's a version in America. There we go. But this is an old 24 volt lawnmower battery. I think the new Enviromowers are 36 volt. And the original batteries that were in here were the lead acid gel batteries. Okay, as usual, I put a voltmeter on it because it's so cheap and easy and useful. So let's see what the problem is. Now group 5, 6, 7, 8 is yellow, so it's this one here. So let's just have a look. Oh, there's burn marks. That's bad. Okay. Now at this point I might put some gloves on. The fact that it's 0 volts probably means that the interconnections have died. So how am I going to do this? What I need. This is where I have to get very careful. Okay, what have we got? So my initial guess is, it's looking a bit gunky in there, is that something, well, it's vented, possibly vented. This duct tape is showing signs of melting, so I'm guessing that this cell went into thermal runaway and vented into the bottom of this cell. If that's the case, this is an interesting example of that kind of problem not causing damage to another cell. So that's encouraging. Potential reason why this might have entered thermal runaway. This battery pack runs a something that peaks at just over 100 amps, and it's a P12S7. So 100 amps coming out of 12 cells is quite a lot. It's like 9 amps per cell, and these are just recycled laptop batteries. I didn't go to the bother of hunting out the low internal resistance cells. I didn't bother doing any of that. This is the second battery of this type that I've made, and I got a bit more relaxed this time, which I think was a mistake. With the first battery I built for this lawnmower, I picked all the highest capacity and lowest internal resistance cells, whereas this time I didn't bother, and I think that was foolish. So now, according to my calculations, which one? So maybe this is completely shorted. Let's have a look. I want to be careful not to completely blow anything else up. So I'm trying to be moderately careful. So that there to that there is 1.7, and that there to that there is 3, so that's fine. And that's fine, that's a single group, that's a group, that's a group. So this is the bad group. And yeah, it's really crap. So I'm going to have to remove this group and rebuild it. What a bummer. But that probably is my own fault for not being more careful about which cells I chose. So I really do think this thing has vented. Screwed the pooch. It's looking really ugly. There's kept on tape which is melted. I had a bunch of fuses there which have all blown. Very interesting. I wonder if it's just that it's shorted, if my connections have shorted against the negative of the battery case. A bit hard to tell. So, yes. Oof, ugly. And there's a slight smell of battery innards. I'm going to take the outer casing off just to see what condition it's in underneath. So it was quite a high capacity pair. Doesn't look too bad under there. That looks alright. So there's not a whole lot of rust or anything obvious. I think that's my internal resistance measurement, 88 milliohms. So, well, that's kind of interesting. It's not obvious. There's no obvious short. If there was going to be a short, it would be against the strapping that I had coming this way, and the plastic has not charred or melted there. It's charred over this side, which I think is the venting. if you look in there, you can see that vent space is clear and this not so much. So I think I overstressed that cell and it went thermonuclear on me. Interesting. Yeah, that's in a bad way. If I do that, so this is the cell that vented. Let's have a closer look. Doesn't smell too bad considering. Alright, now let's measure the voltage on those. Pretty stuffed. And this surely is not gonna even more stuffed. Okay, I've got myself 6 Samsung pink pairs, and they're all pretty good capacity, 4,900 and so on, and they're all about 87, 88, 92, 94 milliohms. So those are pretty good. They're not fantastic, but hopefully these will do the trick. Okay. And so I'm going to wire these up. Ooh, don't want to do that. I don't want to put one in the wrong way up. That would be bad. Okay, that's all good. I think one of the things that saved this pack is that I had fuses on it. They're about 10 amp fuses, and so when that went bad, everything disconnected and it didn't progress further. So I'm going to carry on with the fusing process. This is Kapton tape, which is a good insulator and has good thermal stability. It doesn't melt like electrical tape does. But it's quite thin, so I'm going to go overboard. And some double-sided tape on top. I'll do the bottom. Okay. Now comes the hardest part of all. Peeling this corner. Have I got it? Yes. Yay! Here's some old 10 amp fuse wire I've got. Okay. 3.4, yep, that's about right. So that goes there, like that. And what I really want is a good solid connection between there and there. Ouch. There. Then I'm going to fold this over here, but I don't want this shorting across my fuses. I want the fuses to be the only connection between there and here. So I need to Teflon tape over here. Okay, that's good. I don't need that or that. Let's just roll that sharp edge down. Put that one there, and boom. Okay, and back to where we were. Positive to negative, and positive to negative, yes. Don't need that. Oh, shit. I hate doing that. Don't need that. Probably won't have hurt it too much. Okay, I'm back with a slightly charged battery. I managed to finish wiring this up without any more stupidity. So let's just check what this says. 3.7, 3.9, 3.9, 3.9, 4, 3.5, that's the one I replaced, and 4. Okay. The reason I didn't get away without having a BMS on this is I've got a balance charger so that every time I charge it from the iCharger and rebalance it after every usage. Lithium, and I want to connect up the main port the right way. Now it knows what we're talking about. I wonder if I can get away with more current. Let's go 2.5. Check that. And alright, and that will take ages, but that's alright. I'm in no rush. Phew, okay. Well, thanks for watching and catch you next time. Cheers. And for some bonus material, for those who are still watching, that short circuit that you saw was not the only stupid thing I did whilst building this battery pack. At one point I needed to drill this hole, and I'd finished building the battery pack and all the cells were nice and snug in there, and I needed to drill this hole, and I thought, if I'm super careful I'll be able to drill through without punching through and damaging a cell. And so I drilled through super carefully and punched through and drilled these holes in these cells. So I had the whole pack nice and snug and tight in here. These started venting through these ridiculous holes. And so what I did was quickly rip the cells out, then cut this pair out of the rest of the pack as quickly as I could. And I think that took me all of about 5 seconds. And by that stage these were warm, starting to heat up, and I was getting more and more nervous. So I got these and I pulled them out, threw them outside on the lawn, and started swearing to myself. Then I got a bucket of water and threw these into the bucket in order to contain any explosion that might have occurred. But as it turned out, I drilled into these while they were, I think they were half charged, and there was no explosion. They vented, but I think I was incredibly lucky. So, once again, saved by things that could have gone terribly wrong, not quite being the total disaster. So, let that be a lesson to me. This might have been a stupid idea. Thanks for watching. See ya.